Hi, my name is Rob, and this is my review of Green Arrow number 41. It's easy to feel invisible in Seattle, a sea of strangers. Quote, Oliver Queen. Green Arrow has a long storied history in DC Comics since his debut all the way back in 1941. A character based originally on Robin Hood, Oliver Queen, aka Green Arrow, has previously been modeled after Bruce Wayne's Batman, resulting in the two getting compared and Green Arrow accused of being simply a Batman clone. However, Green Arrow has his own rich history, especially in the early 1970s under Denny O'Neil, where Green Arrow took a more radical view towards left-wing politics. Green Arrow dealt with racism, pollution, corruption, and most famously, drug addiction when Green Arrow's sidekick Speedy was found to be doing heroin. The character took on a more gritty tone in the 1980s and was brought back into the mainstream DC fold by the 1990s and 2000s. The New 52 has been semi-kind to Green Arrow with a total of now 6 creative teams, the newest being writer Benjamin Percy and artist Patrick Zuricher. The most unfortunate thing about the number of creative teams is the general differences in direction, but hopefully Percy and Zuricher are here to stay for some time. Green Arrow number 41 finds Percy and company bringing horror to Seattle as Oliver Queen investigates a series of mysterious murders happening in Seattle. Oliver's opening narrative tells us we are dealing with a more cynical Oliver Queen, as shown by the opening quote that I said. We find an Oliver Queen who has to juggle multiple responsibilities, including running Queen Industries, taking care of Mikio as her brother and legal guardian, and of course, being Green Arrow. What's initially surprising to me is how dark of a tone the comic takes, in part thanks to the wonderful art of Patrick Zuricher and how that affects the mood of the book. Something that Percy has done, which I particularly enjoy, is how he is making Seattle be its own character in the story, similar to what Scott Snyder has accomplished with Gotham City and Batman. It not only brings more to the story by giving us more about the city, but it makes us care about it more and its well-being. Percy and Zuricher also did a good job showing off their prowess with fight scenes in the first issue. What I enjoyed most about Green Arrow number 41 was the subtle or unsubtle return, depending on how you look at it, and a return of left-wing politics within Green Arrow. Despite having introduced a mysterious villain and reintroduced Oliver Queen with his responsibilities, Percy has also crafted a story with a strong message so far. All but one of the victims that have been mysteriously disappearing and or showing up dead in Seattle have been African American, especially African American males. The point is later showcased further when Green Arrow goes to Pennytown and is told by a woman that her husband disappeared months ago, but quote, whether good news or bad news, it's no news here in Pennytown. We don't count. We're invisible. Meanwhile, the death of a Seattle Seahawks player who is African American gets widespread coverage on the news. This is a powerful message about not only race, but poverty, and Percy manages to get it across without throwing it in your face blatantly. Something else worth pointing out to readers is at one point during the issue, one of the individuals is listening to Billie Holiday's Strange Fruit, a jazz classic, but also a song about American racism, and particularly about the lynching of African Americans. So final thoughts. Percy sets up the pieces brilliantly here in Green Arrow number 41. We've been properly reintroduced to Oliver Queen, we get introduced to his allies, we get introduced to a mysterious villain, we get a fight scene, and we get an idea of Oliver's philosophy with a helping of a strong message behind it. Green Arrow number 41 is a fantastic read, and definitely worth picking up. I'd give it a 9 out of 10, but that's just my opinion. What do you think of Green Arrow number 41? Comment below and let me know what you think, and in the meantime, don't forget to please subscribe.